Hello, welcome to 10 at 10. My name is Michael Ramage. I'm the director of the Cyber Education Research Center here at Murray State University, and welcome back to 10 at 10. 10 at 10 is brought to you through a partnership between Murray State University, Grow West, the Technology Council of West Kentucky, KY Innovation, and our local partners, Sprocket Innovation in Paducah and the Kentucky Innovation Station in Madisonville. Welcome back to episode 195. Episode 195 starts that time of the year called Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and I realized I didn't bring up my slideshow, so let me do that. But Cybersecurity Awareness Month is each year in October, and each year the CISA, which is a federal agency that really focuses on promoting Cybersecurity Awareness Month, they will bring a few things that they want us to highlight, cybersecurity professionals to highlight to the general public. It's one of those things that we're all working together on trying to make our nation a safer place. And so before I get going with our topic for today, I wanted to make sure I point out for the first week, the theme is about having stronger passwords. And so specifically, it talks about the steps that we can take to have stronger passwords. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on these because, frankly, if you're a regular watcher of 10 at 10, you've heard me talking about this probably several times. But first and foremost, long passwords, more than 16 characters. A long time ago, it was let's use at least 8 characters. Now it's much longer. Even last week, we talked about some of the new guidance that was coming out on the authenticator side was longer passwords. Never reuse passwords. They should always be unique. And they should be random, upper, lowercase, numbers, special character, spaces, whatever it might be. Personally, I try to tell people length is better than having the random characters. If you have a 20-character password, that is a number of random words pasted together. That's a phrase that, truck, ocean, beach, blue, whatever. That if you can remember that, then that's going to be a very strong password. So that's what I recommend. So anyway, so long, unique, random. The main piece is, if you need to come up with a long password, the first line of your favorite song is not the best thing to use because that's a predictable long password. We want it to be unpredictable. So using random phrases and pasting or random words, put them together as a phrase will be more secure than what it would be with an 8-character with upper and lower case and special characters type of thing. All right, so let me move on to our topic. And I want to talk about the dangers of public Wi-Fi. I personally don't use public Wi-Fi. If I won't say never, but very rarely do I use public Wi-Fi. If I have to, if I'm in a spot where I have no choice, then maybe I'll consider it. But what I would rather do is take a step, and we'll talk about 3 things that we can do in a minute, but take some steps to make it more secure. And let me give you an example. Several years ago, we had a speaker at Security Matters. If you've watched all 195 episodes of 10 at 10, you've heard me tell this story. But we had a speaker at Security Matters that was an alum of our program, Jacob Abbott. And at the time, he was talking about Wi-Fi security. And what Jacob did was he took a device called a pineapple, not a fruit, it's a device, and set it up in the back of the stage. And what this device did, it's $100. It's next to nothing. But what this device did 2 things. First of all, we created a random name, Security Matters Conference, free Wi-Fi. And a number of people at the conference, there's 200 people in the room, a number of those people connected to that free Wi-Fi because it was the Security Matters free Wi-Fi. And of course, that's what we're supposed to use. I want free Wi-Fi. I don't want to use my data on my phone, so let's use free Wi-Fi. So that was the first thing that did. And we had a bunch of people that fell for it. And then the second thing that he did was he took a thing, and this is called evil twinning, and I'm going to talk about it on the next slide. And it would listen to what you were trying to connect to, because the way that Wi-Fi works is that you have a list of wireless networks that you have connected to before, and your phone or your computer or whatever is typically sending out a signal saying, hey, are you one of the things on this list? Are you one of the networks? Are you one of the networks? If you're one of the networks, then it'll latch onto it and connect. So what this device was doing was saying, yes, I am grandma's house. Yes, I am McDonald's. Yes, I am whatever it is that you're asking me if I am. My answer is yes. And this device was connected to the internet. So what would happen, and let me show it on this slide, is what would happen is that when we think we're connecting to this green good thing, it's actually connecting to this red bad thing. And you're thinking that you're going to put information through this green secure thing and send it to your bank. In reality, it got intercepted. Yes, it's sending that information onto your bank, but the bad guy, and for this, it was just an example, the bad guy is collecting all of that data. So it is sending your password on, but the bad guy might also be writing it down. That's the problem. Evil twinning is a real issue. There was a man in what you can see on the slide is that this happened back in the summer, but there was a man in Australia that was able to set up a evil twin free Wi-Fi network and access personal data. The problem is, if you're not paying attention, you can set your phone to auto connect. That's a problem. But if you're doing some of these things, then you're not even going to know that there's a problem. That's bad. So I, for all of these reasons, don't use public Wi-Fi. If I go to the airport, I'm not using their public Wi-Fi. If I go to McDonald's, if I go to Starbucks, if I go to Panera, if I go to Walmart, if I go to wherever it is that has free Wi-Fi for people to use, I typically don't use it. I would prefer to use my phone. I trust my phone more than I trust your public Wi-Fi. So how do you stop it? How do you stop and protect yourself from that evil twinning, from those public Wi-Fi where there's dangerous? First of all, I use my hotspot. I just said that. Your phone, if you have an iPhone or an Android, there's a good chance that you can set your phone up to be a hotspot. You can set it up. You can put a password on it. You're the only one that's going to be able to connect to it unless you give your password out. Others may be able to see it, but they won't be able to connect to it. That's what I recommend. With mobile networks today, particularly if you're in an urban area, it's going to be fast enough that you don't even need the extra speed of the Wi-Fi. Actually, your phone may even be faster. If you're at a large conference with a bunch of people, it may be faster. I was at a conference not too long ago, and they said, here's the free Wi-Fi password. Nope, not doing it. Not doing it. I want to use what I believe to be secure and true. So first of all, I use my hotspot. Second of all, if you're not going to use your hotspot, at least use a VPN. Now, what a VPN is something that will encrypt from one point to the other point. So if you're doing it through the entirety of the network, starting it originating on your device and going all the way to the endpoint, then what that evil twin would see is data that it can't read. It will know where you're sending it. It'll know what you're doing with it, but it won't be able to see from one end to the, or see inside of the packet because you'll be encrypted from one end to the other. So that's an option. And then lastly, pay attention to your Wi-Fi names. If, perhaps I do have a wireless network called Grandma's house, but if Grandma lives in Paducah and I am in Texas at a conference, then there is no reason that I should be connected to Grandma's house. So pay attention to the networks that you're connecting to. If it looks fishy, disconnect. Manually allow your networks to be added. Don't do it automatically, and that will help to prevent you from getting connected to some weird names. going back to that story, ultimately, more than half of the people at our cybersecurity conference fell for the evil twin. It's really easy to do. There's some smart people that fell for it. I won't name names, but I saw the names on the screen. So did everybody else that was in attendance. So you have to be careful. This is something that we just really need to be careful about. Something that is not going away anytime soon. And so I really want you to take the time and make sure that when we're doing these things, that we're extra careful and making sure that we are connecting our networks, our computers, to secure networks. Again, I use my phone so that I can avoid a lot of these situations. All right. Well, I've gone long like every week, I guess. But if you have questions, please reach out. Let me know. I'm happy to answer anything that I can. And I will see you next week back here on 10 at 10. Thank you.